Hey guys, as you can see, I have still got it. I know there's been loads of people asking about this damn thing. But yes, it's still here, and yes, it's still getting done, as I probably mentioned before. But I thought I'd drag it in just so you can see the old snot again. I will get round to it. Obviously, the turbo bike's on the go, the Enfield's on the go. I will be doing a couple of Enfields through the rest of winter, just to get back on my feet a bit better, as obviously you know I've done a few of them, so I can sort of do them without thinking too much. So they are a good bike to jump on and sort of generate some wealth and get things back in line again. But this is on the list. I am going to go down the route of a bobber with it, because I've got some ideas in my head how I want to do the frame, you see, and I really would like to do it and achieve the ideas I have got, although they probably will change as time goes on. But certain ideas I've got how the frame goes around the hubs and the shaft drive and stuff like that, which I really want to have a go at. Engine wise, that will be coming to bits. I think she's a bit of a clunky old girl, so which they are to a certain degree anyway. But I will be pulling that apart, checking it all over, replacing everything that's got to be replaced, and obviously putting it all back together so it looks like a new one, or better than new, hopefully. But it's going to be an interesting build. It's going to be different. I know quite a few of them have already been done. There's some nice ones out there, really. But I want to try and make this one a little bit different so it stands out. So yeah, obviously, I think it's long enough for its looks. It's actually about the same length as one of the Enfield bobbers, within ½ inch or so or something like that. So I won't be extending the dry shaft or anything like that. I should keep it to the length it is and just lower it as much as I dare with the running angle of the dry shaft, because I don't want to upset that too much, obviously, because it'll start all getting a bit messy. The parts for these are a bit hit and miss. I'm finding that out. Yes, you can still get new stuff for them. Yes, there is a lot of rubbish out there, like everything just lately. So I think you've got to be careful on what parts you do choose and where you source them from. Engine wise, with the ignition, I'm going to try and go electronic ignition. Again, same as a lot of bikes, there's loads of fors and against. I'm not doing one of these before. I've just got to try and find out a few things for myself, I think. You know, you mention electronic ignitions and people say, oh no, keep it on the points. And then some people, yes, change it. There is one ignition that you can use, it's an optical ignition. It's quite a fancy thing, but it's hellishly expensive. So I don't think I'll throw one of them on. I don't think the bill will justify it or sort of soak it up on the probably the price it'll be worth when it's finished. And obviously it's all about trying to make a few quid on each build. But also there's Russian ignitions. I know some people again have told me they're alright, some people say steer clear of them. So I am going to have to find out a few things for myself, I think. Bit of trial and error. You know, and if this one goes well, maybe I'll do another one at some point. Carbs, the carbs that are on it, I don't know if you can see that, apparently these are absolute rubbish. And I can sort of see why, because it was dumping more fuel on the floor that was going in the engine, I think, when I got it started last. So I have done a bit of research into the carbs. Obviously a lot of people try and put the McCuneys on it. Again, I've got to take expense into account. It's a balance between expense and quality. And I've heard people put in amyls on as well and had really good results on getting them running nice. So I might try that. We'll see. Like I say, there'll be a lot of mind changing as I go along. I had a friend who kindly made me some little manifolds so I could fit amyls to if I want to go down that route. He's done a lovely job of them. And you know, if the amyls don't work, with me messing about with a lot of old British stuff, they will come in handy on another build if they don't work on this one. So it's not a waste of money that I've got some. They will get used eventually. Front end, I will be lowering that to suit however I can get this to sit. Again, the forks that are on it at the minute are absolutely shot. They are scrap. Again, it's hit and miss what parts you can get for them. But I've managed to find a second-hand set of forks that are in really good condition. So I shall mess about with them and get them lowered. I'll be doing absolutely everything on it. Replacing all the handlebars, the levers, the electrics, the speedo. Because I want all this reduced a bit. Because it's quite bulky up there. So I will be changing that slightly. And I don't know, with the headlight, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Because it's like the Enfields, I still want people to look at it and know what it is. I don't want to completely rob it of its identity. I guess I've sort of done that a tiny bit by swapping the tank. But that Ural tank just weren't going to suit a bobber, I don't think. Everyone to their own. Some people might think it was alright, but I didn't like it, not for a bobber. So this is a matchless tank, which I found at a show. Surprisingly in really good condition. I've got literally one dent in it there. And it's really strong. There's no major rot on it at all. So I was quite surprised with that because it was absolutely capped in paint, which has obviously done it some favours. It's preserved it. But it's always a gamble when you buy an old tank, because I have had them in the past and you get the paint on and it's just absolutely full of clag and it's rotten. People have tried to stop it leaking. People think this tank sealer stops tanks leaking, but it don't, you know. It's there just to seal the junk up inside, more or less, and the rust and stuff. You know, if you've got holes in your tank, you've got to cut them out and fix them properly, really, and to do a proper job. The seat, I'll be making my own seat for it. Probably something similar to what I put on the Enfields. We'll see as I go along. It may be different because I'll get it sitting in this recess of the tank. I don't know if you can see that, but the tank's sort of got a cutaway in there, so I'll probably do a nice seat that comes out of that. Wheels, I'll be pretty much like stripping them out, powdering them and lacing them up with new spokes. I think one of the rims is actually starting to split, which I've heard that it can be a common thing on these, so I'll probably source a new rim and build them up with new rims just to be safe, because they are buckled to hell. Frame wise, I'm going to check everything, because I am told if this is had a sidecar on it, it can twist the frames up a bit. So I'll just check that up, you know, as I chop it up and lay a new frame out, well, new rear. This, when I first got it, I thought it had reverse, which some of them have got. But I spoke to a guy who's seen it on one of the videos I've done with it. He said it's not a reverse. So weirdly, it's got two levers for forward motion. I don't quite know why, but it has. But you can't see, it's obviously the other side. We've got the conventional gear lever this side, look. And then there's a lever the other side. That's why I thought it had a reverse. But like I say, apparently it's all forward gears. So what I might do with that seems like a good opportunity to do a hand shift. Just make it a little bit different and crazy. And with the hand shift, because we've got these knee pad fixing points on both sides, I'll probably just do like a little cage for the shifter, make use of the oils on that side and then blank them off this side. So yeah, I've got a lot of ideas floating around in my head with it. I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in with it. I really am. It's a little bit different, quirky, or tractor, or whatever you want to call it. It will be different. Same with the airbox. I may keep that. It's that damn ugly. I might just leave it there. But I'd like to perhaps do a cover for the alternator there, so it's a bit more like the BMW engines where they've got a cover over the starter motor there, and but obviously put vents in there so it's got circulation of air around it. And yeah, I think that's about it. It is. I might change the covers. I've spotted some like really nice covers for the engine here. I shall make all my own exhaust system for it and perhaps do something a bit wacky there, something a bit different. Again, I'll make that up as I go along. But that's about where it is. Like I say, it will be getting dragged in properly and we will start attacking it probably in the spring. We'll see. What I plan to do is always have 2 bikes on the go in here. The turbo's sort of a long-term project. I'll just keep picking away at that in between other projects. So that'll tick away and I'll make sure I film as much as I can on that so you can follow the journey on that. But yeah, if I try and keep 2 on the go all the time, it'll just give me something to jump on. You know, so if I'm waiting for parts for that one, I can jump on to something else. So I'm constantly on the go. There's going to be no hold-ups no more. So that's about it. So you've seen it, you know it's still here, you know it's going to get done. So watch this space. Cheers for watching, guys.